The 2024 Newhaven Park Country Championship Series, the 10th running of the series since it first started back in 2015. 7 heats across the various racing jurisdictions and regions here in New South Wales. Each heat worth $150,000, run over 1,400 metres. And there's also 2 wild cards, a last throw of the dice for those horses to gain a start in the final on day 1 of the championships at Randwick. And for this year, the race was worth $1 million. The first of the heats was run at Lismore on February 17. Matt Dunn dominated the heat. We know Matt Dunn is a trainer from Murwillumbah. He had 5 runners. Due to bad weather, the first of these heats was transferred from Lismore to Grafton.
Newhaven Park sponsored heat. The gates are back. Racing Fairway Choice, Vianda Chance out wide. Both went back shortly after the break. Imprinted Alash Lad came out quickly. Emperor third. Swift Charm fourth. And then Scotland, Mosquito, Tribeca Star, Nickel back. Tectonic Plate going through in the middle. Then Fairway Choice on the outside of Olakawatu, followed by Imperial Hilton. Rainbow Connection second last, and Vianda Chance a length away at the tail of the field. Alash Lad scooted to the front, coming out of the back and led by 2 lengths. Swift Charm is second. Emperor a length away third, going past the half-mile marker. 1 Imprinted, then Tribeca Star on the inside of Scotland, followed by Tectonic Plate. Mosquito is deeper on the track. Olakawatu is on the rail. Rainbow Connection out very wide on the outside of that group, followed by Fairway Choice, Nickelback. Vianda Chance and Imperial Hilton the Grey had dropped out to be last. Alash Lad led the heat for home, 400 metres out. Swift Charm on the outside. Emperor gets room on the rail. Deeper is Imprinted. Tribeca Star coming through in the middle. Rainbow Connection, Fairway Choice right down the outside. Tribeca Star loomed up, hit the lead at the 150. Fairway Choice, Rainbow Connection chasing. Tribeca Star in front, clinging on. Tribeca Star won from Rainbow Connection, Fairway Choice, and Swift Charm over on the rail. Then Imprinted, followed by Tectonic Plate, Vianda Chance, Alash Lad, Scotland, Emperor, Mosquito, Nickelback, Olakawatu and Imperial Hilton was last home in the Northern Rivers heat of the Newhaven Park Country Championships.
He gets the 2 of them into the final. Well done. He just had a gun run, Tribeca Star, and Matty McGowan, just where he popped out, he was running 5th on the fence on him. He just lobbed, and he's a smart horse when he's right. Rainbow Connection's run really good, and 13 Fairway Choice, and you got Swift Charm. But well done, Matty. You had 5 runners in it. You go 1-2, and he was pretty impressive, that big horse.
Yeah, he certainly was. He's done a wonderful job. He's been up for a hell of a long time, and he's covered plenty of miles on the highway. That's for sure. He's been up and down the coast 3 times. So great to see him do that. You know, he's the horse that we sort of set for this race a very long time ago, and to sort of hold him up, the team's done a wonderful job to keep him in such good order for such a long period of time. But no, it was great to see. And Rainbow Connection again, you know, he sort of didn't probably get quite as soft a run as Tribeca Star, and to get the 2 through is exactly what we're looking for, and it's wonderful.
I think the beauty about these 2 horses, they're big, strong horses. And we talked about Tribeca Star earlier on in the morning here, and you said he was placed in a Hawkesbury Guineas, and he didn't handle a heavy track that day.
Yeah, look, I mean, when it rained this morning, we were a little concerned for a number of our runners, actually, because most of them don't. Look, unfortunately, Vianda Chance probably didn't get the right surface, and Emperor, he sort of had to go back to the inside. That didn't suit her. But look, all horses acquitted themselves well, and as I said, we couldn't be happier than get 2 through.
Yeah. And it's been a goal since you come back here. I mean, you've had plenty go through. You have won a final. Are these the 2 horses, the big, strong, and they're big horses, they're strong horses that can go to Randwick and stand up?
Look, I think so. You know, they've both had lots of racing, lots of seasoning. They're tough. Big, as you said, you said it right. They're big, strong horses, and it goes a hell of a long way in high-pressure races that Randwick's going to be. Look, fingers crossed they get through today. All right, we'll work out a plan to get the 6 weeks to the final, which they'll probably both have to have another run in between, but we'll work that out in the next few days and go forward to there.
Tell me, how did you get to the fence?
More us in class, sorry Johnny. Yeah, it was poetry really. I wanted to be close to Emperor, but I knew he'd find fence. I thought I'd be 3 pairs, 1 off, and I thought he was going to still take me wherever I was going to go. And when I was able to get on his back and on the fence, I thought my options were always going to be more from there. And from then on, they kept unfolding just how we wanted it or how I wanted it. And he was too good.
When you come off their backs at the top of the straight there, geez, he let down good, Matty, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I probably got there too soon, to be honest. He sort of got to him really good and put him, but late he found the 1400, just out. Dan Randwick's probably a bit harder. Said the connections, he probably wouldn't hurt to be ridden that tad softer and a bit more patient. Just the way the runs were unfolding for me here today, I just sort of had to take him and get to that best part of the track. So hopefully onwards and upwards for the horse and the team.
Matty, massive day. You've ridden 5 winners plus the country championship. It doesn't get much better than that.
No, it couldn't nearly. One of our horses ran second earlier, so it just got beat. So it was nearly a really good day, but we'll take what we can get anyway.
I know you're waiting hard and it's hard to keep on talking. You've got some water there, but I'll let you go, mate, and well done today.
Thanks very much, Johnny.
Following Grafton, the day after, on Sunday the 18th of February, the series moved to Albury for the Southern Districts heats. And a master stroke by Albury trainer Ron Stubbs. He booked Craig Williams to come up from Melbourne and ride last year's winner, Bianco Villano, who was endeavouring to make it back-to-back country championship heat wins.
Gates open and they're racing. Snapbook missed the start by a couple of lengths. Do Pride Star was away quickly. Kenny Hill's going very fast. Salute again up to third. Asgard is fourth. They're followed by Indian Soldier on the outside of Baildon, and further back in the race, Underpants. Being followed by Just Like Liam and Bianco Villano, the favourite, a little worse than midfield, a length and a half. There's a Berg, followed by Rocket Tiger. Cliff House is a fair way back there with getting a long way back. Snapbook in company with Clever Art, and Laurel Hill's one of the last. So Kenny Hill is the leader. Up to the 800 metre pole by a length and a quarter to Do Pride Star, and then Just Like Liam on the outside of Salute again. Asgard in a nice position, fifth, followed by Bale and then Indian Soldier. Further back to Underpants, and then comes Bianco Villano, who's travelling very nicely from Rocket Tiger, Zaberg, Cliff House, a long way back with Laurel Hill, and they're followed by Snapbook and Clever Art. They straighten up Kenny Hill, the 3-year-old, in front of Do Pride Star. Salute again to the outside, Indian Soldier. Asgard in the centre, and Bianco Villano is called upon, coming down the outside with Rocket Tiger. Salute again goes up the Kenny Hill. Asgard is right there, and here comes Bianco Villano right down the outside. Baildon's getting a late spit along the inside, but Bianco Villano trying to go back to back from Asgard, and Bianco Villano beat Asgard Baildon. Then Salute again, Cliff House, Underpants. Behind them Kenny Hill, followed by Snapbook, Rocket Tiger, Clever Art. Further back in the race then came Indian Soldier, Laurel Hill from Do Pride Star, Just Like Liam. Zaberg the last one home. Bianco Villano goes back to back in the New Haven Park STRA Country Championships. He's come with a great burst down the outside. Craig Williams for Ron Stubbs.
Well, we're back here again.
Yeah, it's good, isn't
it? 12 months ago, you got Bianco Villano home, and obviously as soon as you won the country championships, you probably started thinking about it again.
Well, it's always in the back of your mind with whatever horse you have. You have a new horse walk into the stable and you think maybe, but it's good to get one that can do it back to back.
You told me at Rosehill a couple of weeks ago you were so happy this race was on a Sunday because that meant you could get Craig Williams here today.
It worked, didn't it?
Didn't it work? If it had been on a Saturday, I'm sure that another jockey would have done a great job, but you got one of Australia's best.
Oh, no, that's right. We might make him stable jockey.
Well, he's ridden 3 for you today. What a day overall.
Yeah, no, fantastic. No, it just couldn't have worked out better.
How much is Bianco Villano better this year than last year's version?
I don't know if he's better per se, but just more seasoned. Even in his attitude, because he can be a bit playful. But he's just a more mature horse now, and I think that's helping him.
He's a lovely big fellow too, isn't he?
He's a beautiful type, yes.
Craig had him balanced so well. It was very much similar to last year, wasn't it? Although today he had to hook to the outside.
Yeah, and he was probably a bit closer today, but that's right. you watch Craig ride, and they are just so well balanced, and even Prophet's Door, when they straighten, they're going to be full of running. He just helps them.
How do you feel about the distance between this heat and the final, the weeks between? Does that suit Bianco Villano with a longer stretch than maybe winning a heat 2 weeks out?
Probably not.
No.
But it's something we haven't given any thought to. Like today was basically the grand final, and you can't go anywhere unless you get past today.
Yep.
So we've done that. We'll just take a few days and sort of see what we feel is the best option to take.
Do you think he might need another run, or would a trial do? What would be best?
Look, he's a good, clean-winded horse. We wouldn't have to race him.
No.
But actually, to be perfectly honest, I'm not even certain how far off the final is.
Well, it's April 6.
There we go. So
we've
got something to work with.
You got a few weeks, yeah. Maybe a month and a half.
That's right.
Okay, well done.
Good idea, thank you.
Great job.
It's nice when the plan came off Craig. He was very impressive again today, and onwards to the big one in early April.
Yeah, I think it's a great initiative by Racing New South Wales to adopt this program, and look, I was lucky enough to bring my children up here to share the experience today at Albury, and I love the turnout. So the community is engaged, they're supportive, and it's fantastic. So for me to be a part of it, again, full credit to my horse, Ron Stubbs, the trainer, and all his team around him.
Yeah, and they like to get you on this horse early, and it's sort of a plan, go on to the championships now.
Yeah, I did tell him I had to race to ride on him at Moonee Valley, but I can see the benefit, and the final's worth so much money. It's targeted by all corners of New South Wales, and great of initiative from Racing New South Wales, and it's great to bring the country to the city, and looking forward to it with Bianco Villano.
Yeah, big day out, well done.
The following Saturday, on Saturday, February 24, the series rolled on to Foster Tuncurry for the Mid-North Coast Heat. This race was run in torrential rain, very bad conditions. It was wet throughout the afternoon, and it was pretty hard to even make out the horses at one point.
Racing in the New Haven Park, and one of the fastest to begin was Ozstar, with Bantaki going with it. Driving up along the inside was Low Profile, and a further half length away to Kyoko, followed by Sonote in the middle. A length to Lion Class, a half Stratum Chief, followed by Taylor's One, who's midfield. He's a copy boy. Lion Class now on the outside, followed by Binku, and also That's Molly, Your Temptation. And a Girl's Best Friend is 3 lengths away at the tail of the field. Down the side of the track they head. In front is Ozstar, leads Bantaki by a length. Kyoko third, being passed now by This Is Heaven, who comes out of the ruck. Behind those next was in the middle Taylor's One. A further 3/4 of a length then to Lion Class, followed by Sonote, travelling on the inside of He's a Copy Boy. Binku, well back there was Stratum Chief. Now on the inside, trying to make ground, is the hot favourite, A Girl's Best Friend, as they pack up in the New Haven Park Mid-North Coast Country Championship. Around the home turn, Ozstar is just in front. Second on the outside was Bantaki, followed by Kyoko. Behind those next was Low Profile, but it's Ozstar in front down towards the 200. Leads Bantaki and Kyoko. Behind those next, A Girl's Best Friend, who's finishing resolutely, but it's Ozstar in front. Ozstar, the Mid-North Coast Country Champion. Ozstar racing away. Ozstar beat a photo, A Girl's Best Friend or Bantaki from Kyoko and Sonote. Behind those, Your Temptation, Binku, Lion Class. Also there was Low Profile, followed then by He's a Copy Boy, with Taylor's One. Well back was This Is Heaven, and Stratum Chief, one of the last ones in.
Well done, mate.
Thanks, Gary. I wasn't watching Aussie. I was watching the filly down the outside, and then I looked up and said, I think I've won it as well, and we were watching her. But, mate, this is, it's not career best day, but it's pretty bloody handy.
Yeah, I tell you what a little bottle of this horse, Ozstar. He's had to do the bullocking work up in front with the massive weight, and then we talk, A Girl's Best Friend was a mile off him last and came down the outside and made ground.
Aussie's been a plan for well over 12 months, because when he first came to me from Warren Gavenlock, we set him for it last year, but then we found out he wasn't eligible because he changed jurisdiction too late. So that's why we've held him up for the last 12 months. And that's why he's had 20 runs today, so this was his last chance of the dance. He's never had wet form. But I just said to Matty, just bounce him out and ride him how he's going. And to handle a heavy track, today's the best day for it.
I'll tell you something, this is a great training performance because you trainers at Port Macquarie are under a lot of stress at the moment with that track still not being finished. And to get these horses ready.
Yeah, we've done a lot of trips away to race days to Gallop and things like that. And look, I've got to thank Robbie Agnew's helped me out. Or Jenny's been great through the whole help, and even Luke, me and Luke aren't together anymore, but he's done a big part in getting these horses ready over the last 12 months, so I've got to thank him for that too. But me and McGurran have had a really good association. He won on a horse here called Mina Harker. We got 250 to 1 one day, and he won a South Grafton Cup on Cogliere. So if he wants to come to Randwick, he'll be going to Randwick.
Well, you're going to Randwick on the 6th of April. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
Well done, Matty. He's put an absolute gap in them there.
Yeah, he certainly did. We just sort of had to take the race by the scruff of the neck there. He began too well to put him anywhere else in the run, and they hadn't been making ground all day, so I thought, bugger it. And he was too good. He was full of confidence throughout the run. Through the worst parts of the track, he was swimming through it. And when he quickened on the point of the corner, I thought they're going to have to be doing pretty well to catch him. I thought the 1400, might be his vulnerability, especially in the testing conditions. But when he actually quickened for me, it was a great job.
You're going to ride him at Randwick?
Oh, I got the offer on this one. I didn't get the offer on the last one, so we might go down.
Sunday, February 25, the series rolled on to Mudgee for the Central Districts qualifier. Mudgee's a really proud racing town. They get a lot of people to their race days for their cups, and this country championship qualifier for the Central Districts was no different. Big crowd on track.
Racing now, possibly so, was last away in Musical Fair, hard ridden over Laughing Waters. Lockdown Gamble was fairly handy. Aim Point's getting up along the rails in the early stages. East Harlem goes around them. Life's a Party will get up into the first 5 or 6 as they get into stride. Followed in behind them by Scopix, who's getting back. Kalila, then comes Ida's Rules, our Orator, Fletchlow about third last, Fact Finder. And possibly so's not going at all. It had dropped out last, so they head off the back now on Musical Affair. Leads its stablemate Aim Point by about a length and 3/4. About to go forward there was British Statesman getting into third. Laughing Waters just behind it. Life's a Party gets to third on the outside. They're followed by Lockdown Gamble. East Harlem comes around them. Then came Scopix, who's trying to get a run. Further out then, fairway back was Fletcher, pulled to the outside. Our Orator, Ida's Rules was very deep, and Fact Finder was down at the tail of the field. Musical Affair is tackled now by Aim Point. Life's a Party. Here's Lockdown Gamble starting to unwind. British Statesman over on the rails. Musical Affair. Here comes Lockdown Gamble. Life's a Party was next. It's still Musical Affair in front. Lockdown Gamble is starting to close on it. Musical Affair. Lockdown Gamble is pegging it back with every stride, and Lockdown Gamble beat Musical Affair. Ida's Rules maybe third in front of Scopix. Fell it in there by Aim Point. Kalila ran home very strongly. Next in Life's a Party. Our Orator. Next in, possibly so, wouldn't go at all in the early stages, beat quite a few home, including British Statesman. Fact Finder was out wide, and then comes Laughing Waters, and back behind them was East Harlem, who's pulled up very, very quickly.
Well done. I remember interviewing you straight after Distinctive Look won at Wellington in 2017. That was your biggest moment in the sport, wasn't it?
It was. And
how does this compare?
Mate, this is just going to top it. I said earlier through the week, we're just as confident this year as we were that year. We drank the winner's room out of 2 boxes that year. It'll probably be 4 now.
Where did you think this horse was placed in the lead up to today's qualifier? How did you have him ticking along?
Oh, mate, he's been going super this time. Look, to be honest, we really thought we gave up a highway win there, going first up there at Cowra, but we just wanted to build confidence with the horse again. Last preparation, everyone knows he was below par, making no excuses for him. We were scratching our heads ourselves. The 11 months off done him the world of good. He's come back mentally stronger, physically stronger, and yeah, look, he's look, 10 out of 10 for Aaron Bullock there. Like, Jesus, he drove him hard to the line, and he did, because fair credit to Mac, Musical Fair gave a great sight, and she was always going to.
What did you think down the straight? What were you thinking? What was going through your mind?
Top of the straight, I thought I went the early crow. I'm not going to lie. And then I saw Musical kick again at the furlong. I'm like, oh, we're going to get there, we're going to get there. And then, bang, right on the line, mate. The cheers went up.
It's a great feeling, isn't it?
Awesome feeling, especially a race like that. Yeah, it just does wonders for you.
All right, well, there's a few, I think there's a few locals want to celebrate.
Yeah, there'll be more than a few, I think.
It's great for Mudgee too, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. Run 1-2. I'm not sure where the rest of them finished, but look, Mudgee qualifies 1-2 down to Sydney, and look, both horses should have quit themselves well, I think.
Great job. Here's your jockey. He just kept saying, keep going, keep going.
Look, my job is just to give that horse the best chance I could, and the first 100, 200 was just to manoeuvre from that outside draw, and look, we got the one off, and then I was just like, right, buddy, you got to get to sleep here now, and he's got a nose roll on, and took me to the 1,000 to pull him up. He's a bit of a bull-headed bugger, so I didn't want to ask him to do too much to hold a spot early, but once we landed there, I travelled that good, and I actually got on the back of Grant's horse, which I knew was one of the ones that would at least take me into the straight.
And looked to be travelling on the home turn.
Took me into the straight, and to Max horse's credit, mate, he'd give a good kick and made us chase. But my horse, he's a fair horse, you know. He tried all the way to the line, and I still felt like there was a bit more there. So good work to Dave. He's only a small trainer, and this is what it's all about, mate. Honestly, it is.
Were you having second thoughts about picking that horse up? Or did you always feel confident?
Yep, 100%, because I could tell where I was in the run and where he was. If I was going to get him, it would have been last 20 metres. Yeah. Because he was up rocking and rolling, and I don't care how fit they are or how good they are. It's always hard doing them sections up front to sustain a good gallop.
I tell you what, you're one of the backbones of the bush, because you get to a lot of meetings. You struggle with your weight, but somehow you keep it in check. To win a country championship for you.
Mate, to be honest with you, I've won 9 of them. So I think, 8 or 9. I've won 8, 9 qualifiers. For me, it's just about winning for these small trainers. I ride winners most days, and you can get a sort of a bit numb to the winner feeling, not to take that the wrong way, but you're just doing it day in, day out. I get a kick out of giving my horse every chance, and sometimes it's not about winning. Sometimes you just give them every chance. They can only run second, but for me, it's about that. And look, the weight battle is a thing I've just sort of learned to deal with as I get older. It's tough. My wife puts up with a lot of it, but she's a good girl.
You're a great rider. You deserve it. Well done.
Thank you.
On Sunday, March 3, the series rolled on to Moruya for the Southeast qualifier. Always a really good, strong region for their racing, the Southeast, and they're well represented come finals time for this Country Championship Series. This year, for the heat at Moruya, the favourite was Bandy's Boy, trained by Denny Williams. Ready at the 1400, they're off. Bandy's Boy, he came away little worse than midfield. Flying Impala, the first one to begin. Zuatika's pretty keen to try and find the top. Sir Ming, Miss Gant going forward. Rouge Loon, then Bon Frankie. They're followed then by Dorami, and further back to Bandy's Boy. He settles down a little better than midfield, just in front of Offspring into Summertime. Then Atmospheric Rock, Missile Leader. Associate went back second last, and Stormy Witness is the last one. It's a fast run race. Flying Impala led from Zuatika and eventually crosses 800 metres left to go. The filly Miss Gant's in third position. Sir Ming's in fourth. Then came Rouge Loon, the local chance, being followed by Bon Frankie, Dorami. Then came Offspring from Bandy's Boy. Must spot the leader 9 lengths past the 600. They're followed then by Atmospheric Rock. Further back in the field to Into Summertime. Missile Leader. Stormy Witness gets going deep on the home turn, and Associate is last. So Flying Impala with Zuatika. They turn together. Sir Ming. There's a run on the far side. Wider out Miss Gant. Bandy's Boy coming down the outside with Rouge Loon. Sir Ming Ming got the run. Sir Ming ran to the lead with Zuatica. Atmospheric Rock, Bandy's Boy, Bon Frankie. It's Bon Frankie and Bandy's Boy. Bon Frankie, Bandy's Boy. Bandy's Boy's hit the front. Bandy's Boy. Bandy's Boy has beaten Atmospheric Rock. It's a Denny Williams Quinella. Bon Frankie's run third. They're followed then by Associate. Further back in the field to Rouge Loon from Zuatica, Sir Ming. Wider on the track we had Missile Leader from Dorami. Then Flying Impala. Well back Miss Gant, Stormy Witness. Offspring last.
Will be Bon Frankie. Danny Williams has won another qualifier. He trifected it 1 year. He will Quinella it this year, and it is off to Randwick. Well, I can imagine for you and the families involved in the ownership of this horse, this couldn't be more emotional.
Yeah, it's been a hard week. We also lost a worker through the week, and we've had to put that aside, and to lose John. Yeah, it's really just hit me.
Yeah.
We've had to put it aside and really just concentrate on today. And now I'm sort of feeling it a bit, yeah. Obviously, John's family's here. And as I said, we lost one of our workers through the week at the stables. He had a turn. It's been a tough week.
I'm so sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so.
You told me the story of John Woods, the tragic circumstances surrounding his death, and you were ringing him
because
not knowing the man had passed away. You were ringing him to tell him that this horse had a serious injury. He'd ripped his leg.
I honestly thought his campaign was over, Greg. You could see the artery, and he was very lucky that the horse didn't injure that. Otherwise, he wouldn't have been here either. He's made a miraculous rebound. Look, what a great win, and I just thank my staff. It's been a very tough week for all my staff as well, and we've just had to put everything aside and just focus on today, and it's been a great result.
I was watching you. I kept my eye on the screen, but I was watching you to see what you were doing when Bandy's Boy got to the outside. You didn't move much.
No, look, I just didn't want to go early, Crow.
You could see him coming though, couldn't you?
Well, my emotions were starting to flow at that stage, and I just didn't want to let down any expectations.
Yeah, and the other horse, Atmospheric Rock, has run so well. You've got two into the final.
Yeah, look, they've run incredible. They've come here today really primed, and we were ecstatic with the way they loaded it on the truck, and we were very upbeat about their chances.
Well done, congratulations. Go and celebrate a moment that is wonderful in what has been a very, very sad time.
Thank you, Greg.
Here's Jay Ford, who's done it for Danny again. They did it with Pumpkin Pie a few years ago.
Yeah, how good's that, Jay?
Yeah, good, obviously, very rewarding. He's a talented horse. And especially, the last few weeks, with John passing away suddenly, bit of a sombre moment, but, he finally got his good horse and he's off to the final, so Danny's done a good job to get him where he has. Look, he had the superior form lines. A little bit worried about how the track was playing. From where we drew, we were always going to get back a touch. But, he's just a quality horse, and he's the superior horse in that field today, and we rode him like that.
Yeah, the speed on, as we thought it would be, really suited him, but he's still got to do it. He's still got to run him down.
Yeah, and that was his first time he's run at 1400 as well, so speed looked good on paper, and that's how we were hoping it would pan out. It did that way. Enabled him to relax really nicely, and then he was nice and strong late. So, look, he's going to acquit himself very well in the final.
Yeah, well, you can stick to him for the country championships as well. And this is what it's all about, Jay. You've ridden at plenty of big country meetings, seeing the expression on these owners' faces, how excited they are, just to be in a big race like this.
Yeah, certainly. That's what country racing's about. I love riding the country any day of the week, but especially when you've got championships like this and qualifiers leading towards $1 million races, makes that little bit extra special. And, they're good, hard-working people, the country people, so it's always nice to be riding out here, because that's where I started.
Yeah, see you at Randwick in early April.
It's 100%.
Jason Collett, runner-up. Runners-up get a prize here. This horse going to Randwick. Just tell us about your run on Atmospheric Rock.
It was a bit of a squeeze out of the barrier, so I was near the back half of the field there. I could see Bandy's Boy. Look, the 14's probably a question mark for my horse. And he probably showed that today, the way he shot through, but Probably found wanting late, but just lets us learn a bit more about him. But nice to qualify today.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good on you.
We then rolled on to Tamworth on Sunday, March 10 for the Hunter Northwest qualifier. Always a really strong region, the Hunter Northwest, regularly featuring in the Kosciuszko and the final of the country championships. This year, it was a really open race. The favourite was the mare, Rapidash.
Souls are back, they're off and racing, and Riva del Sol anticipated the start. Likewise, Rhythm as a Dancer on the outside, and Rhythm as a Dancer races to the lead. Second was Seguso, Sting Jet is third, followed by Unravel fourth. Riva del Sol followed next by Rushley Crown, the outside of Our Boy Ollie. A length and a half to Rapidash, who's midfield travelling on the inside of Retrieval, and a further length and a half back to Demitas. Melody again, the outside, and a half Syrian Star. They're out by a length and a half to Super Extreme, who's got back next to last and 3/4 of a length away. Last of all was Maclay. They've left the 800 metre mark behind them. Rushley Crown sustains the run. Race the length in front of Rhythm as a Dancer. Second, Unravel. Third from Our Boy Ollie. A half Seguso. Fifth, the Rail Sting Jet. The outside from Melody again. Rapidash midfield. One off the inside from Riva del Sol. Syrian Star. Behind those next was Super Extreme, making ground from Demitas. Well back was Maclay, and now Melody again has gone to the extreme outside. Retrieval whips the field in. Around the home turn, 350 out. It's Rushley Crown in front, leads a length and a half. Rhythm as a Dancer second, followed by Sting Jet. Behind those, Our Boy Ollie. Melody again is on the outside, but it's Rushley Crown in front, inside the 100. And Rushley Crown wins the Hunter Northwest Championship by a length and a half over the fast finishing Rapidash. Sting Jet was third from Rhythm as a Dancer, Syrian Star. Behind those, Retrieval, Maclay, Our Boy Ollie, Demitas, and also Riva del Sol. Super Extreme was never in the hunt. Melody again finished down the grandstand rail, followed by Unravel. Seguso, one of the last ones in.
Well done, Scotty. You've done all the work at home, and then I'm sure you looked at the barrier draw and said, what do I do now?
Yeah, we weren't as concerned about his draw as the mare's. As it turns out, she got caught deep and never really got around the track and run off the corner. But that was a big win. He missed the cut start a little bit. He was back with the first 3 or 4 there early, and he had to use up 4 or 5 lengths to get to the front. Tough horse, real tough horse. Just sort of run, Forest Run type of horse, you know. We had him fit. We gave him the 3 trials, 3 solid trials, and Mitch has been riding him most of the way through. I got on him yesterday and gave him a canter around, and I just got the right sort of feel off him, the sort of frame of mind he was in, and I thought, I don't think we've had him much better. So arguably on a couple of his runs in the past, a lot of the horses in this race wouldn't be able to run like that, so he just had to bring it here today, and he did. It was a big effort, actually.
How important is it to be able to get on them, just to have a feel of them when you're trying to target a big race like this?
For your own peace of mind, it's good, but to be honest, Mitch said to me, boss, can you ride him tomorrow just so you give him the tick off that he feels right under you and stuff like that, because he's a horse who's pretty hard on himself, and he feels a lot of pain in his sort of lumbar spine type of region over his back, and luckily we've got a good back lady, Cherie, that works on him, and a good team behind us at home, and he got here first up, 1400 in great shape.
How long has this been a plan, this race?
12 months, yep. Since he ran second in the wild card last year, and his rating went up and we knew we'd get a run. It's been a 12-month plan. Terrific owners of mine that have been with me forever, and they haven't interfered. They just said, we trust what you're doing, and as long as he gets around and gets back safely, we're happy.
You've put great faith in your apprentice, Mitch, today.
I don't know if it's a case of that, but obviously I ride and work with him every morning. I knew he was capable of the job, so even though it seems like that, I didn't have any worries with having him on.
And I guess the question is now, what do you do from now until the big one?
I think it's pretty easy because we could do whatever we want. He's a tough, easy horse. We can go there straight now from the back of this. We don't have to race him again. We'll just let the horse tell us. And fortunately, he's sound and uncomplicated. And as I say, we've got good owners, and no one's putting any pressure on us.
Well done, Scotty.
Thanks a lot.
And what a moment for this young man, Mitch Stapleford. Belinda's about to catch up with the winning rider.
Well done, Mitch. You just said it's been a stressful day, but what a way to end it.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just so thankful for the opportunity. My boss didn't have to give me this ride, all the owners, but they seemed happy enough to have me on, so it was nice to put in a half-decent steer for them.
It must make you feel good that your boss has that much faith in you.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard sometimes because sometimes I feel like I don't ride as well as probably how I should for the opportunities that he gives me. But it just sums him up as a person, a friend and a boss. He owes me nothing, but he gives me everything he can. So, yeah, I'm very pleased.
The race wasn't all handed to you. He's a horse that does show good speed, but he takes it few strides to begin. You opted to press forward and keep rolling.
Yeah, for sure. Well, from that barrier, I wasn't even really going to be able to take a sit. So I just thought, keep pressing, and if I can try and ride him with cover one out, one back with something, I was going to do that because I used him up early. But when it became apparent that I wasn't going to be able to get in, I just elected to roll forward, and he was too good for him.
You kicked off your career back in July, August, around 6 months ago. Did you think 6 months ago that you'd be having this interview?
Definitely not, and I wouldn't be if I was with anyone else. So, yeah, I just can't thank Scott enough for what he's done for me.
Well done, mate. I'm so proud of you.
The Country Championship caravan rolled on to Coonamble on Sunday, March 17 for the Western Districts Country Championship qualifier, and the Western region, they punch above their weight. Last year, the Country Championship final was won by Sizzle Manizzle. Can a Western Districts horse do it again in 2024?
Now, Pants on Fire, Elson Boy both began well, Rubier out wide. It also got away well, Sizzle Manizzle's in a handy spot, and Transplant's gone up 3 deep outside the leaders in the early stages. Beagle's going through along the rails, Cloud Factory, Gallant Star would be about 8th or 9th at the moment, followed then by Nanu, Nest in the Hills, then Rubier Rating, followed by Hello Star, and Charlotting was last of all. So it's Elson Boy takes up the running, got away a length and a half on Pants on Fire at the 800 metres. Running third, Listen to the Band, Sizzle Manizzle. Going forward there was Transplant. Around the outside of Beagle as they streak down the side. Gallant Star is back centre field. Nanu was next. Nest in the Hills was over on the inside. Rubier going past it. 3 back to Rating. A good break back to Hello Star. And last of all, Charlotting. Up to the home turn, and Elson Boy was the leader. Pants on Fire is attacking the stablemate. Sizzle Manizzle. Listen, the Band is coming through. 2 off the fence. Gallant Star's giving them a pretty handy start, but starting to warm up now and hitting the lead now. Listen to the Band. Elson Boy battles on. Gallant Star is starting to wind up now. Listen to the Band in front. Gallant Star is starting to reel them in. Over on the inside, Elson Boy, Gallant Star, Elson Boy. They go to the line. Elson Boy and Gallant Star in a great finish. Listen to the Band in the centre. 4th home would have been Sizzle Manizzle, then Rubier, Nanu, Transplant, Cloud Factory, Beagle. Then came Charlotting, Nest in the Hills. Rating followed in there by Hello Star and Pants on Fire. What an exciting finish here. They've come to the line, Elson Boy.
He's all clear. Here he is, he's off to Randwick, Mick.
Well, Dar, it was an anxious wait, but geez, your horse did you proud, Elson Boy.
He did, Mick. I thought I might have got beat right on the line. I knew it was in front, off the line. On the line, I thought I could have got beat, you know. But
this horse has just continued to improve this preparation.
Well, see, 12 months ago he won a maiden at Orange. He drew the stream outside, and I said to Jake, Trace Holmes rode him, go forward, lead on him. He did, and he won nice. We tipped him out after that for this race, you know. And he's come back and he hasn't put a foot wrong since he's been back, you know. But when you get a bloke like Tommy Berry on, makes a big help too, don't worry.
It certainly does. Congratulations on the win.
Thanks very much, mate. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good on you. And here's the man who helped Darlun get the victory, Tommy Berry. Well done. Great effort.
Yeah, no, it was. Mr. Lone gave me a lot of confidence before the race. He just said, Dar gave me a lot of confidence before the race. He said, you know, he said, be really positive. I said, you do know Jake Tracy Holmes is drawn inside of us, and I've never led him yet. And he goes, well, don't worry, keep the pressure on him, you'll lead him. And he said he's tough. He'll just keep giving for you. And to be honest with you, I never felt the winner anywhere, bar the last 100 metres, and he felt the rest of them come up to him, and he was just way too good.
What was going on there early? Because Jake Pracey-Holmes only had eyes for you. He was worried about what you were doing, and I think originally he just wanted your back.
Yeah, no, he did. He did, and he's ridden his horse plenty of times, and he's obviously got a great opinion of the winner of his horse and his horse and his horse, but his horse had a long time off the scenes, so he's probably done a good job to run third. But this guy, he's been placed really well to get into the final. I haven't got a ride for the final yet, so I guess I've got one now.
Well, you know what it is to win the big one. You've won it twice.
Yeah, I have. I was lucky enough to win on two very good horses twice, and for two very special people. And I've only met Dar today, but I don't know. Like I said, that pub's looking even better at the end of the road now.
I think the plane leaves after the last. What's this about going to the pub?
No, I think this is Peter Volandi's plane. So
plane back to 7:30.
7:30.
Plane's been put back.
We'll have one.
Good on you. Well, Clearly Innocent, Art Cadeau. Can it be 3?
Definitely. Why not?
Good on you.
Cheers, mate.
Well done. There's Tommy Berry. Yeah, Clearly Innocent, Art Cadeau. You look at the honour roll of the country championships, and he's ridden 2 of the best.
Well, with the 7 heats run and won across the state, that took us to the wild cards, the last throw of the dice for these horses to gain a start in the $1 million final on day 1 of the championships at Randwick on April 6. The wild card, well, you had to win. It was a win and you're in. The first of them was at Scone on Friday, March 22. It was a wide open race, and the race turned out to be as wide as the betting market. They were all over the place.
Stand by, they're off and racing now. Mosquito off the inside left fairly. Imprinted showed good speed. Rhythm as a Dancer and Bantaki. McClay not too far away. Then Our Boy Ollie. Further back, just sends us a little bit deep through the first 200 metres. And Stingjet, if I haven't already got it, it's about midfield. Then Belvedere Boys, the favourites down on the rail. Further back in the field was Sizzle Medizzle out 3 wide. Then came next in the field as they run the first few hundred metres was That's Molly. The inside Melody again, Syrian Star Retrieval. And Sharp Shock is back at the tail. 1 beat, no beat is up running about 5th the rail. Down the side, 800 metres left to go. Jacenza in front by 3 lengths. Now in second is Bantaki. Third spot, the inside Rhythm as a Dancer. Then Our Boy Ollie. 1 beat, no beat next. Then Imprinted, followed by Mosquito. Then Sizzle Medizzle out wide. Stingjet, followed by That's Molly. Belvedere Boys. Jimmy Ormond's trying to thread the needle up to the turn. Then McClay and Syrian Star, but around the turn, Jacenza's off and gone. Out by 3, Bantaki chases hard. Then Rhythm as a Dancer and Our Boy Ollie. Further back to Mosquito. 1 beat, no beat runs on. Stingjet just behind them. Then came Sizzle Medizzle. Down to the 200. Jacenza's in front. It's all out though. Here's Our Boy Ollie on the outside coming quickly with 1 beat, no beat. Our Boy Ollie got to the lead inside the distance marker. 1 beat, no beat. Sharp Shock. Belvedere Boys is flashing with That's Molly over the top. That's Molly. That's Molly wins. Beats a photo between Sharp Shock, Belvedere Boys, and Sizzle Medizzle. Further back was 1 beat, no beat out wide. A Syrian Star. Then Our Boy Ollie, followed by Bantaki. Then came Stingjet. Next over the line, Rhythm as a Dancer. Jacenza got tied the latter part. Imprinted, then McClay. Melody again. Retrieval, and Mosquito was last. In a big finish, That's Molly for Ashmorgan and Glenn Milligan. In 1:22.69, 36.11 the last 600 metres. 7 from 11. 8 is third, Belvedere Boys. And the 4th number about to be Semaphore. It's 15, 1 beat, no beat. So 7, 11, 8 and 15, the interim placings. That's Molly. Takes it out by 3/4 of a length. Ahead separated 2nd and 3rd. 3/4 by ahead. In 1:22.69 after the Northern Country Championships wildcard. Big finish thundering down the straight. And the winner, That's Molly, a 5-year-old chestnut mare by Dissonant out of Grand Excess. Prepared Atari by Glenn Milligan, ridden by Ashmorgan. 2nd place went to 11. Sharp Shock, 4-year-old B gelding by Bull Point out of Shamtastic, Reece Jones, Rod Northam. 3rd place was number 8, Belvedere Boys, Jimmy Orman for Matt Dunn at Murwillumbah. 4th went to 15. 1 beat, no beat, Mitch Stableford for Scott Singleton.
Glenn, You drew a wide gate, let the speed go, but gee, she was strong late today.
Yeah, runs have been good this time in. I forget first up, it wasn't the club's fault, Tuncurry. They just had bad weather and everything fell apart out there. And a run at Newcastle the other day, she ran an absolute bottler. I said to me mate who owns 10% of them, my wife's got a share in a Vicky, I said, she's going as good as ever. We just need some luck.
This concept's been so good for your stable.
Yeah, we've had a good run in it. It's always a thrill to get to Sydney. I'd love to win one, but best we've done down there is third with Charm and Charmy Baby, so, But this little mare, she doesn't go as good as Charmin by any means, but she tries her heart out.
One good thing about this mare, though, is she seems to handle most track conditions.
Yeah, she'll handle anything. And what you see is what you get. There's nothing of her, and that she just tries her guts out, she does. So, yeah, very thrilled.
Now, we're 2 weeks out from the final. You just tick her over now till then?
Yeah, she only worked Monday morning and Thursday morning. She had a couple of days off this week. She goes on the walk and she lives in the yard at home and that, and she's a happy horse like that, and she doesn't cop work, so, she's a pleasure to have.
How long has this race been a long-term plan for you?
I thought she could win the heat at Tuncurry until, what happened out there and that. But, look, we said we were coming in no matter what. We had her in at Coffs second up, and I'd elected to go to Newcastle at Group 3. I just thought it was a better option for her. And she ain't got beat 5 in it, and I went home over the moon with her, and just a tough run she had. And Ash got on her today, his first sit on her, and, I said, try not to be in the last 2 or 3. I'd love you to be midfield. And to his credit, she raced a bit closer, and he got her to the outside where we wanted to be, and she let rip.
Now, when you purchased this mare, did you think she'd be running in these types of races?
No, I said before, I paid $7,000 for her. She was a maiden out of Melbourne, and I only brought her because I had Zach Waddick there at the time. I didn't have a real lot there for him to ride, and I brought it just for him to ride, and he's rode every start until today, so he's won 5 on her, and she's just been an absolute godsend to us.
Congratulations, good luck in the final.
Thanks, Mel, appreciate it.
Well done, your first sit on the mare.
Yeah, first sit on her. Obviously, I know her a little bit just riding in the area to Port and Taree, and she's always a quite progressive horse. Obviously, gate wasn't ideal for us today, but I just thought I'd press and see if I can land 3 deep cover. And look, I was lucky really because I thought Tuncurry was her race. He's got a soft track and it didn't suit it, so it worked well in my favour. And in fairness to her, I gave her a squeeze. I wasn't that comfortable in the run, but then she sort of grabbed hold of the bit at the half mile, and Andy got going, Braith got going, and he just gave me a cart into the race enough that I wasn't making my own run around the turn, and I didn't really have any danger of the horses in front of me. It's just whether Belvedere Boys got a good run up and was strong late, but she was very good. She tried her guts out. She was really strong late.
Now remind me, have you qualified for a horse for the final this year so far?
No, I haven't, no.
You'd like to go to Randwick?
Well, I'll try and stick if I can.
Well done.
Thank you.
The final wild card, the last throw of the dice for these horses to get into the $1 million final was at Goulburn on March 24, and local trainer Danielle Saib booked Sydney jockey Zach Lloyd for associate, and the punters did not forget to back it. Signal. They're off. Associate missed the start. He came out second or third last, and Door Army was one of the first to begin. Discreet Miss quickly into second. Zuatica going forward. Then Rouge Loon, Bond Frankie, Sir Ming looking for a back. They're followed then by Bond Zipper, Gundy Guy. Well back, Stormy Witness, Salute again. Missile Leader is second last, and Associate wide. And the last one, 1,000 metres left to go. So Door Army, they're leaving her alone through the early stages. Zuatica. He rolled across and got to a clear second. Discreet Miss, leaders back third. Sir Ming fourth. Rouge Loon fifth. Then came Bond Frankie on the rails midfield. Then the horse from the Central West, Bond Zipper, doing it tough out there 3 wide. It's around Gundy Guy from Stormy Witness. Missile Leaders a long way back. Salute again. And Associate, the heavily back favourite, has to pass them all. They're on the turn at the 450, and it's Door Army from Zuatica, who's in second. Discreet Miss across heels. Then came Sir Ming. Wider out, we've got Gundy Guy. Where's Associate? In traffic and still 7 off the lead. Door Army in front, tackled by Zuatica. Then Sir Ming from Discreet Miss. And then Rouge Loon, Associate, leaving the run very late, but he's starting to come hard as Zuatica hit the front 100 to go. Look at Associate eating up the ground. Associate went to Zuatica, hit the front. Big win. Associate has beaten Zuatica, come from last. Third, Bond Frankie Orr. Stormy Witness on the far side. They're followed then by Dorami. Further back in the field to Salute again, Missile Leader. Then came Rouge Loon, Gundy Guy. He carved right up today. Sir Ming, Discreet Miss, and Bon Zipper.
Catch up with Danielle. She'll be that excited. Well done, Danielle. She's great for racing, Danielle, and a partner. Aaron, come over here, Aaron. We'll get Aaron as well over here. So exciting for you guys in the ownership group. Back last, heavily supported, and you're in.
Yeah, he's a nice horse. We've always known that. Everybody gets off him and says that. Just a luckless career today. He's had a lot go wrong. You could write a narrative about him. And just thank you to how many people have contributed to getting him here. Sound and happy horse. Doesn't have the best feet. Aaron, that's Aaron's job. Our farrier and our vet, John Crowley, and there's just a lot of people to really thank to get these horses here today. It's not me so much.
No, you're the face of it, but Aaron, you're a big part of it as well. Well done, mate. This horse, you do a bit with it.
Yeah, no, he's been a bit of a nightmare, really. I think he's only had 9 starts. He's 4-year-old, and he's had a long history of issues, but we've got him here today. And it's good to see him win a good race, actually. So.
Well done, Aaron. Danielle, we'll get back to you. Can you believe you've got a horse going to $1 million race in 2 weeks, and you're the current in-form horse going into it?
Yeah, exactly. And I don't think that there's a horse that would be as suited to Randwick as he is. 1,400 metres, big track. You see, he needed the whole length of the straight here to get home, but he's going to relish the high pressure, and he's just getting that little bit more polished every time. He's still, got a bit of a wobble up at the top of the straight when Zach really asked him to go, but he did really knuckle down and come between horses with a bit more of an idea.
Yeah. No, he's been racing so well, and you're sharing the ownership. But what about this prize money today?
Yeah, look, we've got some really great clients in this horse. They've been a part of the team for a long time. Shane's really good mates with us, and Rod Edwards. He was an owner with my dad. For 8 years or so he's been associated with me. So terrific for them, and Triple J, they're a new company, new syndication mob, so really happy.
Jockey's pretty happy about it. Now what you've got to do is get straight over to him and say you're riding this horse in 2 weeks, okay?
He was just saying he doesn't have a ride, and I think Jeff might be trying to ring me already.
Well, you've got a ride now, Zach. How good was that? Very impressive to come from back where it did.
Yeah, most definitely. Definitely have a ride now. She was confident coming into this race, Danielle, and she said you'll have a ride after today, and she was right. It was a very, very good win, and not much went right for him, especially early. Still very, very new with it all, so it was a good win to get up.
Yeah, to run down that sort of field, like that's the best that's still left, and he did it in style.
Yeah, most definitely, and also it wasn't as much tempo as anticipated, and I was wary of the horse. He's a big clumsy fella, and I knew navigating runs wasn't going to be too easy with him, so I tried to make it as smooth as possible. He'd done it as best he could, but once he gets that clear air, you see a nice turn of foot.
When you're back that far and they're going along, because they're in 124 on a soft track, you never panicked, you just knew what you felt like you had underneath you?
Yeah, most definitely. Well, there's not much you can do when you're at the back. You just got to switch off and ride your race from the 600 onwards, and I was like you had a nice horse underneath him.
These country participants, they live for this moment, and you're going to be on this horse in the big one in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, hopefully I can produce another nice ride for Daniel.
Well done, mate.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. The 7 heats, the 2 wild cards, and the best country horses in New South Wales. The best 16 running for $1 million on day 1 of the championships at Randwick on April 6. Can't wait to see you there, and may the best horse win from the bush.